So before I get into this video, I just want to talk a little bit about the passing of Wes Craven. He was one of my favorite directors, and he's one of the main reasons I love horror movies. So I guess all I can really say is he was a genius. He made some amazing movies, and he will not be forgotten. Hey everybody, Sexy Matt the Pharaoh Wizard here. So, your eyes are not deceiving you. I am now officially recording in HD, so you can see how truly sexy I am. Oh yeah. So moving on. About a month or so ago, I made a video about my predictions for the future of Marvel movies, and it ended up being quite popular. So, I'm going to do a DC version. Now, this will be kind of interesting because in the DC Extended Universe, as they're calling it now, there's only been one movie. So, a lot of this is going to be conjecture, maybe some bitching. So yeah. So first thing I'd like to talk about is my annoyance that they're not using Arrow and the Flash TV shows in their movies. It's weird and confusing because it gives them an opportunity to beat Marvel to the punch on something. And what I mean by that is not only are Arrow and Flash incredibly good shows, way better than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but they can have movies or shows that can impact the movies. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the movies impact the shows, but not vice versa. You know, it doesn't matter what happens on the show. You can still watch the movies and not see the shows at all and be perfectly fine, which is okay, but it seems like a screw you to the fans that have been sitting through this terrible Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show. And so I don't get why they don't want to have Arrow in their extended universe. I love that Oliver Queen. I love that Barry Allen. It's moving on. Stupid. So the way I see DC's universe playing out is kind of like a monorail, and that being it's going to have one track held up by supports. And the one track is going to be your Dawn of Justice, Justice League Part 1 and Part 2. That's going to be like a trilogy. And they're going to be held up by these side movies of, you know, Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, Suicide Squad, The Flash, Aquaman. That'll kind of help this along. So they're going to have this main storyline of Justice League with these kind of supporting movies.
Hooray for metaphors!
The reason I think this is their original plan that they said is they were going to do Justice League just right off the bat and then go back and introduce the characters, kind of a reversed way Marvel's doing it. But this way, I think it's going to be kind of cool and interesting, and I'm excited to see what they do. So now, let's talk about specific movies.
Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice.
So, of course, the big one next year, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. Justice. I am excited for this one. I know I have a video talking about how Civil War is going to be a better movie than Dawn of Justice, and I still believe that, but it doesn't mean that it's going to suck either. I think the trailers excited me. I'm ready to see this. It's going to be awesome. Here's how I see it kind of playing out. Obviously, we're going to see some flashes back to Man of Steel, and that Bruce Wayne was in Metropolis, and that's obviously where the first untrust is going to be built up. And I think it's going to be building into multiple fights. What's going to happen is, you know, Bruce Wayne's not trusting this Superman at all, even right off the bat. Just, I don't like this Superman. So what he's going to do is he's going to try and take him down right away, and that's where we see him on the, you know, just in his regular costume, swinging around with laser blasts. What's going to happen is Lex Luthor is going to see this battle and be like, I'm formulating a wonderful plan. And he's going to set something in motion that's going to make them distrust each other even more, causing them to have the big battle with the armored suit and all that. And it's going to be more about playing these two guys off of each other. And I really see it being left on a cliffhanger going into the first Justice League movie. So we're going to see Wonder Woman pop up and Aquaman pop up. And I am in the camp of that Aquaman is actually being kept as like a prisoner or even more of a pet of Lex Luthor, just to show kind of more how messed up he is. That he's keeping, you know, basically a human in his captive and just, you know, hey, check out my pet Aquaman over there. Aquaman, what a stupid character. Yeah, I don't want to go into too much. This is going to be a long video as it is, so moving on.
Suicide Squad.
I am actually more excited about this movie than Dawn of Justice. It's a way different type of comic book movie than we've ever gotten, and I'm really happy DC's doing something different, because all we've gotten is Batman, Superman, Batman, Superman. This is something different. Granted, they've injected more Batman villains into this, but I think it's going to be really... I still think it's going to be really cool. But before I get into anything main about it, I got to talk about the two main complaints about this, and that's Harley Quinn and the Joker. So let's jump into Harley. The main complaint I've heard is that she's over-sexualized. So Harley was introduced in the Batman animated series and then woven into the comics. She was created as to be the Joker's girlfriend. Now, being that she was on the show, that is where they molded and set her character into place. So let me show you a clip from the show.
Oh, come on, Puddin'. Don't you want to rev up your Harley? Vroom, vroom. Ah!
So yes, she has always been over-sexualized. Let's not forget this, and this one, this one. This one's a good one too. They're treating her just like she's always been treated.
Oh my God!
How dare they? She's a sexual character. That's what she is. Why is this complaint a thing? And plus, you don't even know anything about her. She had 2 lines in the trailer. That's it. You have to wait to see her. I know plenty of people that dress sexual that are smart, intelligent, funny, really great people, but they still dress sexy. You can be both. It's okay. God, give Harley a chance, God damn it. The other complaint about Harley is, of course, the costume. She looks like a stripper on break. She is in jail in this movie. She is a prisoner in this movie and has already been captured. Do you think they're just going to kind of hand her, you know, everything to make a costume? This is obviously stuff she's kind of gathered just to have clothes that she somewhat enjoys. That's all it is. She doesn't have any, you know, tactical wear. She never has. So this is just clothes that she grabbed. On top of that, do you really think her regular costume would fit in this universe? It doesn't have to be comic accurate. It needs to at least fit the universe. That's the difference. And I think this costume is just fine. Again, wait till the movie. And along with waiting for the movie, the Joker. We have not had a bad Joker. Every Joker incarnation has been perfect for that fit. And I mean in a motion sense, because there has been some bad comic versions. But I mean like any cartoon, any video games, any movies, they've all fit that universe and been great in that universe. So why are we so untrusting already? Do we not forget Heath We were bitching about him even during the trailer. And then we're like, oh yeah. Just learn. Give this guy a freaking shot. He looks scary. He looks intimidating. I love this Joker. I think he's going to be awesome. When I hear him say, I'm just going to hurt you really, really bad. Oh, it gives me tingles. He is awesome. Stop bitching and wait to see what happens. The other thing I've heard is a lot of people speculating that this Joker is Jason Todd. No. I am not in this camp. He is not Jason Todd. I'm not going to believe that whatsoever. He's not Jason Todd. I am to the point, if this Joker is a former Robin, and not even just Jason Todd, if he's just a former Robin, I will make a video of me playing Dance Central 3 on the Kinect. That's what I'm putting on the line. That's how I'm so sure he is not Robin. That would be such a stupid turn. And I love Robin, and I want to see a real Robin. And if he is Robin, that would... I want a good Robin, not Chris O'Donnell. God damn. So all this complaining about the Joker really means nothing, if you ask me, because he's not going to be in the movie. I don't think he's part of the Suicide Squad. I think he is just going to be flashbacks. All the cast shots of the Suicide Squad, he's not in. None of the shots of when they're fighting together, he's in. I think he is just flashbacks. Maybe the main villain, like pulling the strings. Maybe. But I really don't think he's going to be in it that much. So, now that those are taken care of, if you don't know what the Suicide Squad is, it's a group of villains that have been captured by Amanda Waller. Well, not captured, but they've been captured by other superheroes. And Amanda Waller decides to take them, implant a bomb in their brain, and make them do missions, or they'll blow up their brain. And that's why this is great. That's amazing. Because it's not about retribution. It's not, I'm going to make myself a better person and get out of here. It's just like, I don't want to die, so I'm going to do this. And that's going to be cool. Like, it's really, really different. And, it's going to be awesome. And the other really cool part about this is that it's really going to show that there's a larger universe that we haven't seen yet. And that these heroes have actually been around for a while. And, Man of Steel is just the tip of the iceberg. And I really think that's going to be really, really cool to see. Just, all these cool villains and how the story goes together. I'm really excited for this one. I don't even really know much for what the story is going to be. I do think it's going to be like 80% flashbacks. But, that might be cool. And I do think it's going to take place between Man of Steel and Dawn of Justice. Kind of like, hey, there's also this other stuff going on. So that's that. Moving on.
Wonder Woman.
Alright, so beyond this point, I don't know much about these next movies. So, hopefully my straight rambling from the last one doesn't carry over. But here we go. So what we know for sure about Wonder Woman. It's starring Gail Gadot, Chris Pine, and it's being directed by the lady that did Monster. Sweet. There's rumors that it's going to take place during World War I, rumors that it's take place World War II. It's really hard to say. There's not a whole lot. So everything else I have is just straight predictions. I'm feeling like most of this is going to take place before Dawn of Justice, of course. Like I said, it's those beams keeping that rail up. And I think it's going to be like Mais les Blablas. Being that not is a musical now, but that it's going to have like multiple stories where there's going to be one time frame. They're going to have kind of a cool story, and then it's going to jump like 10 years, and then have another small story, and then jump 10 years. And it's just going to show how Wonder Woman's been doing her thing all this time, kind of in the background, or doing this, doing that. And I really think that'd be really cool, and maybe tie it in a little bit to, Man of Steel or Suicide Squad, and then, have it end up kind of her joining Dawn, where she fits in Dawn of Justice. That being said, the first little, I guess you can call it serial that would be in this would be pretty close to her original origin. Her original origin is that Steve Trevor, a pilot in, I do want to say it's World War I. I'm pretty sure. It could be two. Don't quote me. He crashes his plane into Amazonia. They, decide they need to help him get off the island, and he needs to go away because he's a man. And they have a challenge where the winner will, take him off and be given the lasso of truth and the bracelets, and be endowed with a lot of power. And Wonder Woman kind of sneaks into this competition. She's not supposed to be in it because her mother forbade it, but she tricks it and gets into it, and then ends up winning and takes him to America. And I think that'd be kind of a cool serial to tie it into everything. Do an old school thing. Maybe have Linda Carter be her mom. I think that'd be really cool. So I think that's how. But I really think that's how Wonder Woman's going to go. It's going to be these little silhouettes of her always being around. You just don't know it. And that's going to be really cool. And I'm really excited for this to really have a good, strong woman comic book movie. Because really the only good one we've been given so far is Tank Girl. Which is great, but that's it. Alright, so moving on.
Justice League, Part 1.
So Justice League Part 1. What we know for sure, everyone's coming back from Dawn of Justice. It starts filming next year. And we're going to be introduced to Ezra Miller, his Flash, and Ray Fisher's Cyborg. So that's really all we know so far. And Jason Momoa's Aquaman is going to have a much bigger part than in Dawn of Justice. This is sort of more his come out, but he will be introduced in Dawn of Justice. And it's going to be directed by Zack Snyder. That's about all we know for sure. So I think this is going to be the direct sequel to Dawn of Justice, where that one's going to end on a cliffhanger, moving into Justice League. I do think we're going to get Doomsday. It's just so hinted at, and the fans want it so bad, I think we're getting Doomsday. And I think that's where Dawn of Justice is ending, and it picks up right into Justice League, hence Dawn of Justice. Really going to set itself apart from Avengers, being that, Avengers kind of fought each other and aren't trusting and all this stupid stuff. I think what's going to happen is Doomsday is going to be, reign in terror, and everyone's coming to help that's already, been in this expanded universe. And they're just going to go, cool, you're killing this guy too? I'll help kill this guy, and we'll all help to kill this guy. It'll be great. Obviously, there'll be more into it than that, but I really think that's how it's going to go down. I don't think there's going to be a lot of mistrust. It's just going to be, let's do this, and it's going to be sweet. So I think that's about it for Justice League.
The Flash.
I really, really like The Flash, actually. And I love the show going on. So the only thing we know for sure about The Flash is Ezra Miller is The Flash. I haven't seen him in anything. I don't know anything about him. That's all we know. And this is where them not using the TV universe becomes very confusing. Because now we're going to have this Flash in the TV universe, and then a Flash in the movie universe. And it's going to be kind of weird. It's like, well, why is this Flash here and that Flash there? How is this? It's going to be annoying. And the other part that it really hurts is you can't do... It'd be hard to do an origin in the movie because we just had a whole season of a TV show giving us the origin. So then it would just feel redundant to do an origin again. But then you have to consider the people that haven't seen the show that will still go see the movie. Because, let's face it, us nerds, we're going to see these movies no matter what. They really sometimes need to cater towards, mom and pop, the ones that see 2-3 movies a year in theaters. And those are the ones they got to win over because we're going to see it no matter what. And so they do have to worry about those people. And, those people aren't watching the Flash TV show. So, it's really going to be awkward and it's not going to fit. And so I don't know what they're going to do with this one. Because I also feel his origin doesn't quite fit this universe, being struck by lightning with chemicals. Maybe they can do something cool about this, but I don't know. I want to see the Flash, in a good movie. I do like the Flash, but I don't know what they're going to do with this. That's my predictions. Sorry if I ramble. I don't know if this video is going to be going long. But that's what I think was going to happen to the DC Universe. Let me know what you guys think. I really want to get some good discussions going.